In search for deeper meaning beyond ourselves, we might look to high art for inspiration, be it poetry, music or philosophy, but often that which is labelled as classical we hold in greater esteem. We might think that classical refers to that which has undergone great training and is steeped in culture of the highest calibre. But when I looked it up in the English dictionary, classical is listed as relating to ancient Greek and Roman civilizations. There was a time, though history books sometimes forget it, when Europe and its modern babies, America and Australia, were the pinnacle of classical civilization. So 12th century southern Spain was part of the Islamic Empire during the Islamic Golden Age. And as a result, ideas rapidly transferred from that culture across to Christian Europe, such as algebra, Latin translations of the Greek classics, and music and poetry. Also, war, as gross as it is a cultural exchange of sorts, and the Crusades really spurred on this exchange of ideas and the influence of this other culture.
We're recording early music from old music from Andalusia, ancient, that's how we call it. And the guitarist came up to me and he's like, we also have these two tunes that I wasn't supposed to record. We also have these two tunes, would you like to participate? I'm like, I don't know the tunes. She's like, oh, just listen to them. And I listened to them and I was like, oh, I'm home. I already know these tunes, kind of. The main repertoire I studied as a student would be composed mostly in Istanbul, and a lot of it in the palace. So there would be people from. We have composers from Greece with their language would be Greek, but they were serving the Sultan in the palace, a bit like Western model, Baroque model, like the composer who would come and work and compose for the Sultan. Ross Daly, who is an Irish musicologist and performer based in Greece for the last 30 years, and he speaks about a thin line that starts from Morocco and ends in India, a thin line of that connects all the model traditions of the Eastern world. There is a tune that it's served between Balkan, Greece, Balkan as in could be Bulgaria, could be Romania, could be Greece, and then could be Armenia, could be Syria, could be Turkey. About a girl that arrived from a faraway land, and I'm in love with her, and she doesn't come out, and I can't see her, but I'm in love with her. Classic narrative.
Sounds like music.
Troubadour as a word comes from TRB, the Arabic root for lieutenant, which, as you probably know, Arabic words are constructed out of a three-letter root. It's a bowed psaltery rather than a flat psaltery, which is the kind of the more medieval instrument, the flat psaltery that's plucked with a quill. I have one of those in kit form upstairs, which I bought 30 plus years ago with the intention of making it, and it's still in kit form. That's the plucked sound, which, you can hear that that's quite similar to, I suppose quite similar to the qanun. This one's a sit-on. This is not in, if anybody is a fretted instrument player looking at this, you can see that it's not got even frets. It's actually in tone tuning, so the thirds are supposed to be. A lot of the instruments came into Europe from the Arab world, like the lute, which I do play, but I haven't played for quite a while. So this one here is a medieval lap harp that sits on the lap. It's a small one, great for a minstrel to carry around because it's not very big. This is, pre-Arab you did have harps and so on, and you had other kind of harp-like instruments that brought from things of this sort. The fretted instruments, the long-necked instruments of that sort seem to have come in Probably go way back. I think go back to ancient Egypt actually. Well, the bards were oral poets, and they would also have ranges of myths and stories. The bards in Celtic culture were second in importance to the chieftain because they were the keeper of records, the keeper of histories.
Yeah.
Tradition of troubadour poetry, the devotion to the beloved and so on, symbolised, in the form of a beautiful woman and so on, but also, there was a kind of mystical side to that. So that, as I understand it, that tradition drew on the Sufi tradition, the early Sufi tradition.